I know Aaron Schneider had asked a couple questions about, in retrospect, should we have waited to hire those 3 curriculum coordinators and put the money more towards student-centered stuff, and even talking about not hiring the chemistry teacher, like just questions like that were, there was more specific, and I just would wonder if there'd be more specific answers. That was just one of my questions, but I do thank you for having that. And I'm going to do a public service announcement. We're still looking for a math teacher and a business teacher, so if anybody out there knows of anybody, please send their resumes. So, okay, but thank you. I really want to thank you for that forum last week.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Ann.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else for public comment? Okay.
Is there no one on Zoom?
Is there no one on
No.
Zoom?
Oh,
Okay.
I think they're waiting, so.
It's on.
So well, not that you'd be watching this at home and trying to get on Zoom, but
Nobody contacted you about public comment earlier, did they? Besides,
only in.
that's it?
Yeah,
Okay, well
so-
then, that's it then.
So, but we got lots of messages, so.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
So, okay, so we'll move on, I guess, now to new business and the agenda item A, which is to vote on the superintendent's request for merit salary increase. One thing, one second. I'm trying to find this.
Dan, just FYI, all of them are complaining that they have the spinning thing going on for Zoom. People.
All right, well, we'll pause here for a second and do you want to try to restart the Zoom?
Sure. Do you introduce this? Is that on YouTube too?
Yeah, it should be on YouTube too, but it's being,
Yeah.
yeah. So, well, those at home who are watching are already watching, so I'm telling them.
Well, that's what I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
if the people on Zoom can't get on Zoom, they could watch it on YouTube, that's all I'm saying. You have any?
Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, I do not have anyone.
I am asking them to resign and see if they get the.
Are these people who have a public comment?
No.
At least one of them wanted to do a public comment. I think I might be wrong. But it's okay.
Oh, no, it's Sarah Fitzgerald.
Okay.
So I can get in.
Sarah, she got it. so-
Okay, did you tell them that the link is in the agenda, which is on the town's website? I don't know what link they're trying to use.
Sarah, is that the one that you used, the one on the agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
So, all right, we'll
We're gonna have to move on.
just move forward. So, where's my agenda now? All right, so,
Thank you for checking.
so at this time, we,
New business.
new business, so does someone want to make
Yes.
a motion?
I would like to make a motion for us to table our vote on the superintendent's request for merit salary increase at this time. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Would anyone like to deliberate, discuss? So I'll just make the statement that I am going to vote against this, as I would like to come to a conclusion tonight on this matter, but I respect the will of the committee to table this motion. So at this time,
Can we, hold
We
on.
have to vote.
Yeah. So since I wasn't here for executive session, can we just talk a little bit about this? Like, what are the arguments for and against? I don't know,
I think that there's additional information in areas we've discussed previously and identified with Dr. Kuska, and we would like to see some additional information regarding those areas, right? And the idea would be that this could be revisited, but not later than December 31st of this year. So Cynthia's motion is a motion that we would not be voting on a 2% merit at this time,
On any
but the
merit.
committee,
on any merit at this
on
time.
any merit at this time, up to 2% pursuant to the contract. again, it's at the sole discretion of the committee, but also tied to the performance evaluation that was already completed back in March. But the committee has additional information that they would want to review over this period.
Right,
And so I believe that's why you made the motion to table.
Sure.
And Dan, you're
It
just
was May, though,
saying
not March.
you want to be done, you want to,
Did I say March? I apologize.
That's okay. I just want to make sure. that-
Sorry.
Yeah, I would like to.
Well, we have to vote, so then you can say you're not.
Right, but I'm just saying that my rationale, or we can talk about it, yeah, my rationale is that I would like to vote tonight on the merit and move on and have that be behind us rather than sort of pushing it down the road.
okay.
Is there any further deliberation or discussion? Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Okay, all opposed? No. So that carries, and we are tabling the discussion on the merit increase
Okay.
tonight.
So the school committee has reached an agreement to not consider a merit increase for Dr. Kuska's FY24 contract this evening. The school committee will review additional information regarding areas we've discussed with Dr. Kuska, but not later than December 31st, 2023.
Any further discussion on this? Okay, so we did, but so we'll move on to discuss the MASS statement that we received, and if there's, basically we're putting this on here to see if there was any interest in sort of pursuing doing anything with that. It's sort of a statement from them about the general situation right now going on across the state with different unions and different collective bargaining units. Does anyone have any thoughts on this? Well, if no one else is going to say, I think that it's an interesting letter, but that I think that it is not very helpful to us, in the context of where we are right now, and that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's previous statements that they've made about things like CRT and other issues around that they have made separately that we often will post on our website, but I don't think that this particular letter helps us in this juncture. That's my opinion.
Yep, I think it would not be helpful. Yeah.
I think this letter would be dismissive of the teachers and paraprofessionals and staff.
I agree.
Agreed.
So it seems like we're all in agreement. I don't
have to
think
vote on it.
we
We're
need to
just
vote on
voting on
it.
it.
Yep.
There's no vote.
No vote. Okay. So with that said, we'll move on to C, which is a recap and discussion of the recent community forum, which Ann just said was great, so I'm going to take that.
Right, so just similarly, when we had the school start times, we did the same kind of thing. After we had a forum, we had a bunch of questions. At that time, I think we had a bunch of them written down, which made it a lot easier.
Yep.
But I think that once we have the minutes from that meeting, we can re-look at them and see whether or not some of them need clarity. I would have to agree with Ann that there was some back and forth with Aaron's question where I feel like it didn't quite get answered as cohesively as it could have been. So if there's an ability for us to do that, I think we could try to do that.
I certainly think we
Might
should
take
try.
some time to
I think
go
with
through
Aaron's
it
question, that may be very difficult to get to a sort of a
Maybe, but
concrete
we could
answer.
get something.
We can.
Do we have the FAQ posted on the website?
Yes.
And
Well,
could
we
do
should.
almost like in addition to it, based on the minute, like first get the
Yeah.
minutes together, and then in addition to, and follow up on some of those?
I want to make sure that's linked on our section of the website. I don't think it is right now, and I just want to make
It
sure
may
that
not
doesn't
be.
get lost in either. So I'll email
so-
Dan tomorrow.
Is that something communications wants to take first round out?
I feel like it would probably be the responsibility of communications.
Okay.
I agree.
So moved.
Yeah, so we're happy
So
to do
move
that.
to,
It may take
to
a while
Amanda.
because of summer schedules and
Sure,
things
yeah.
like that, but
Yeah. But I think to be able to recap some of that would be helpful. Because some people weren't here.
Okay.
And do we know when the minutes from that will be available?
We will have to work on those over the I guess, summer.
Or I can go from,
You can reach out for a draft.
Yeah, you can
right?
reach out to
Or-
Peggy Lyons to
Right.
see if she has a draft of
Alright.
Yeah, see if they
that.
have
I don't know that
drafted.
she has the minutes from even
Okay.
from.
The meeting's
and I
also-
can ask you guys about details
Right, the
after.
meeting's also
Yeah,
on
yeah.
video if you want to watch
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
true.
going to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
If I could just go from the
and then
video,
also
that
reach
would
out-
be faster if the minutes
it
take
might
some
be.
time.
I think it might be faster.
Might be faster.
Yeah, and reach out then to the administration if they have any follow-up sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to, just because I haven't been the chair before, am I allowed to start something without being in a public communications? or
Yep,
a
you
posted
sure are.
communications meeting? You can,
Yeah, just like I did the FAQ.
You can write the whole thing.
I did the whole thing. You can. You
Yep.
can write the whole thing.
Okay, well, then it won't
Yeah.
take as long because we don't have to do everything together, so.
Right, as
Right.
long as you're not,
Well,
as long as you're not
I'm
doing
talking
it
to the
together.
Zoom,
yeah.
but it's just
Right.
me.
Ideally, you would have a subcommittee meeting
Review
and
it
talk
over.
about the draft before it
Exactly.
goes to the full committee.
Yes, gotcha, gotcha,
But,
gotcha.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're in a huge rush, we could skip the subcommittee and take it straight to full
Right.
committee.
Right.
So we don't have a, why don't we say that we'll try to have me step one, me having it done, step two, the three of us going over it in time for our August meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
That sounds good.
yes.
I still want us to, I know that they may not be able to or may not want to, but I'd still like us to reach out about doing a teacher-staff forum, just like we did the community forum, but one aimed at teachers and staff that they could attend, right after school.
So I have been going back and forth with Jamie Catone to try to sort of set up a time to discuss
Okay.
sort of how that might look, and
How and whether,
and then
yeah.
how and whether, right, and then we would come back and sort of discuss
Okay.
it as a committee about whether that's something that we agree to or anything. So it's I think it definitely seemed like something that the community and the teachers were looking for, and or all staff really. It wouldn't just be for just teachers. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, just as long as we follow up, that's great.
Okay.
Thanks.
Anything else? Okay. Anything else on that? I mean. Okay. So our last order of business tonight is old business, and it's a revote of the HFT para bargaining liaisons, sort of subsequent to the vote last time. Sarah, I don't know, did you change your mind or
No,
but-
I didn't realize we were doing all
Okay.
of those different groups, so I was just kind of taken surprise.
So, okay, I apologize for that.
No, that's okay.
So I'd like to make a motion that we take me off of the para bargaining liaison unit and add Sarah to the unit.
So,
In my place.
moved by Cynthia.
Which
Or
one,
second by
Paris?
Cynthia.
Para.
Paris.
Are you on Paris too?
I think I'm on Paris.
I'm
are.
on Paris.
You are.
I've been on
And I'm
Paris
on
the
Paris.
last
Yep.
Me too.
many years.
Same.
I will second Cynthia's motion to have that happen.
Okay. All's in favor? Aye. I will entertain a motion to adjourn from
Moved by
open
Cynthia.
session.
Second by Dawn.
All's in favor? All right, well, thank you very much for waiting for an hour and 15 minutes for a 15-minute meeting. With that, I hope everyone has a wonderful summer, and we will see you in August. Thank you very much. Good night. Budget.